Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Trance, a new Danny Boyle film, the guy that directed Slumdog Millionaire, Trainspotting, 28 Days Later, 127 Hours, a bunch of great films, and I was really looking forward to this film because the trailer really interested me, and of course it's Danny Boyle, and it has a great cast. Also that trailer, oh my god, it literally blew my mind. If you saw the Red Band trailer, that might make sense. It might be funny, I don't know. But I was really looking forward to seeing this movie. I really was happy when my theater said, yeah, we're getting it. So what did I think of this film? Let's talk about the story. Alright, so the story for Trance is a thriller, crime thriller, that is a little bit different from most. The story here follows James McAvoy's character, who plays Simon, who is an art auctioneer, who tells you straight off the bat, it is really hard to steal a painting nowadays. It used to be really easy for an art auction. Someone could just come up, have a gun, steal it, and that's it. Nothing would really happen. They just steal a painting that's worth like $20 million and they'd be gone. Nowadays it's way harder. The thing is that 2 minutes after he says that, guess what? A robbery happens, a painting gets stolen. But the thing is, that clever James McAvoy, he meets up with one of the criminals played by Vincent Cassel. He tries to get the painting back, but he doesn't. He gets knocked over the head by Vincent Cassel. He's out. The thing is that Vincent Cassel leaves, and guess what he finds out? The painting is not there. It's only a frame. And he's pissed. He's like, ooh, I'm going to kill that Charles Xavier bastard. And he goes and, of course, tortures James McAvoy's character, pulls out his fingernails, tells him to tell him, you know, where the painting is, and he keeps saying he can't remember because he got hit over the head real hard and he actually cannot remember. So what they do is that they can't really kill him. I mean, they can't kill him yet. They need to find out where the painting is, so they go and bring him to a hypnotherapist so they can trick him into remembering where it is. Now, the hypnotherapist is played by Rosario Dawson. Her name is actually Elizabeth in the film, and she becomes a major integral part of the film. Of course, it's called Trance, so you probably figure that. But after, you know, they bring him to her, and that's really where the story gets going. I don't even want to talk much more about the story after that. There's a lot of hypno stuff that happens. I don't really want to spoil it. Again, I'm really trying to not. I'm trying to be vague when I say that. But there's a lot of stuff that happens. A lot of bad stuff. But I don't want to spoil it because it is a very odd movie if you're not paying attention. If you don't know what's going on, and you're just looking at the stuff, you're going to think, wow, this is really just strange. I don't even want to watch this. But if you actually pay attention, the story is extremely intriguing. It's a great crime thriller that has a lot of layers to it. And again, I don't want to spoil it, but it really is a movie that twists and turns and has a great story, a great cast of characters and actors. You have James McAvoy, you got Vincent Cassel, you got Rosario Dawson. The rest of the supporting cast is really good. There's not many other actors. The three main ones is James McAvoy, Vincent Cassel, and Rosario Dawson, and they're all great in this movie. So really the story I don't want to talk too much about. It's a very intriguing story, very odd if you do not pay attention, but if you're paying attention then you'll be like, alright, it's odd, but I understand what's going on. So there you go, there's a story. That's the best way I can explain it. The direction is typical Danny Boyle. It's great, it really is. And he adds his own, you know, visual flair to the movie, his own unique stylings to, you know, setting up the camera shots and the way the film actually looks. It's typical Danny Boyle. Again, it's typical, but it's great nonetheless. And the writing is great too, and it's also written by Danny Boyle. And the characters are intriguing, the story is intriguing. He did a damn good job with that stuff. Also, the movie is actually really violent, which I wasn't really surprised because I saw the Red Band trailer and there's one part, it gets pretty violent. But I didn't know it was going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot more violence than that. I mean, there's a lot of blood. It's not really guts or anything, but there's a lot of blood. There's also a lot of nudity in the film, which there's only one female in the movie, so there's a couple dudes too, but there's one female. That's worth it. And I thought the violence, you know, the nudity was great. I thought the movie itself was very entertaining, very captivating. It really was. And it wasn't too long, too, which I was surprised. It's like a little over maybe 90 minutes, maybe a little less than 100 minutes. I don't know, maybe 95 minutes. It's pretty short. It does its thing. But I have one major problem with it, and that is that the character of Elizabeth is treated like a superhero in my opinion, because she can do these trances. She can literally say 2 words and someone's already under her trance. And I just thought that was really strange, especially since I mean, the movie itself, that the plot itself is kind of outlandish, but they didn't need to do it like that. And I mean, I thought the trance sequences were really, really cool, very, very inventive at times. But I still thought, oh, like they didn't need to do that. Like 2 words and they're already under her trance. I didn't like that, but I really liked everything else. I really loved the story. I thought the characters were, for the most part, likable, I guess. I mean, not really likable, but, you know, not relatable either, but they're constructed good, I would say. And also the ending, I didn't really care for the ending, but I could see why someone would. I didn't care for it myself, but I really enjoyed this film for the most part. I really did like the twists and turns that it took. The ending, pretty much the last 30 seconds, I didn't care for it, but besides that, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was great. I would even say brilliant at times. I really enjoyed it. I would give it a 35 out of a 40. Definitely go check it out when it hits wide release theaters, if it ever does. If it doesn't, go check it out on DVD when it comes out. Trance is a great movie. That's my review. Thank you and goodbye.